Hi, I'm Brent. Today we've got a video update on the latest edition with the largest supercharger updates. And this is the largest EcuteK supercharger on the Toyota 86. And to give it the exact correct model number, it's the 335 supercharger. You'll see it's a lot longer in its body length here. The front's the same as the 210 supercharger, but this is further back, which requires a revised inlet pipe to the supercharger here. But what we're talking about today with this particular car is the difference between the smaller supercharger and the larger supercharger. People are looking for more grunt, more updates, more opportunities, but remember what we're talking about here is a fully built engine that is designed to take more boost than even the modest increase in boost of the original small supercharger base kit. Remembering also this kit runs the Laminova charge cooler in the inlet manifold. So we're not at any time talking about the EcuteK supercharger kit without the charge cooler. Everything we fit always uses the charge cooler, and you can watch our other videos about that. So a lot of people are interested to know what we've done to gain more power. This car is not running the small 70 or 75mm pulley. This one has got the 85mm pulley, which resulted in a peak boost figure of around 18 to 19 kilowatts. This supercharger is rated to around, sorry, not kilowatts, 17 to 18 PSI boost. This supercharger is rated to around 20 PSI boost, so we're encroaching on the peak boost figure of this supercharger in its normal setup with this engine. We didn't want to push it any harder because you start getting out of the efficiency range of the supercharger, but what we're going to talk about is the nitty-gritty details from the improvements in grunt. So let's just talk about a factory standard Toyota 86 or the Subaru BRZ with the standard power run on our Dynapack dyno, peak RPM at around 6,700 RPM, runs at around 125 kilowatts at the wheel hubs. With the larger supercharger in its base model, that's the 210 supercharger, takes it up by about another 30-35 kilowatts measured at the hub. So it runs up around 160 to 170 kilowatts at 6,750. But the interesting thing that you'll want to know is what is the net difference with this larger supercharger being the 335 supercharger, which takes it up to 212. Now, the boost level of the smaller supercharger is obviously a lot less than the larger supercharger for obvious reasons. It's a larger supercharger, so therefore it's going to pump more boost. But at the same time, you need to make sure that you build it with a reliable package. So this supercharger, being the larger one, is not designed for standard internal engines of the Toyota 86 and the Subaru BRZ. Interestingly, from a torque figure point of view, peak torque on this setup is 310 Newton meters at 5,700 or 5,500 RPM, and then it starts falling off because you're starting to fall out the efficiency range of the supercharger. Power still continues to grow as you rev the engine harder, but the torque falls off, and we'll put some of these dyno graphs on the link at the bottom of this video channel so you can have a look at it. With the smaller supercharger, and I'm just looking at it here, with a 75mm pulley, running at around 70 to 75mm pulley on the smaller supercharger is about the peak boost of what that supercharger is designed to run. Runs up around, as we said, 160 to 170 kilowatts, but comparing torque, peak torque comes in at 250 Newton meters, around 3,500 RPM, and then just slowly tapers off by about 10 to 20 Newton meters and hovers around 240 Newton meters from where are we, 4,500 all the way through to 6,500 RPM. So if we talk about the high RPM range, the smaller supercharger generates 240 Newton meters, whereas the larger supercharger tops out at 310. So incredible difference in drivability, but interestingly, what you'll also notice on the graph is even with this larger supercharger, bottom end performance right down as low as 2,500 RPM is still higher than the smaller supercharger because of the way the EcuteK design runs with a positive displacement supercharger. So from a summary point of view, let's talk about factory standard engine with no forced induction compared to this setup. It's got 190 Newton meters at 2,750, and then running the largest supercharger with that size pulley at the same RPM, it's up around 230, but after there it just climbs because peak torque on this car dips at about 4,000 RPM that we all know about, and you can see again in the graph this dip here, which we'll show in detail on the dyno graph, which we'll load to a website. But this peak power here, or torque, is what you'll really feel. And it's, remember, it's torque that wins races, power figures wins nothing. Torque is what makes the car move quick. And in this particular situation, peak torque, as we spoke, about 5,500 RPM, 310 Newton meters, as opposed to at the same RPM, factory standard engine is only 180. So not quite double the torque, but a pretty healthy improvement considering it's only a modest increase in boost. So there you have it, the SprintX kit, made and designed here in Australia, available from Bullet Superchargers on the Gold Coast, originally designed by Tom. It's a global kit. In Japan it's sold by EcuteK, in the US it's sold by Innovate. Here in Australia we sell and fit a lot of these kits. The smaller kit is the 210 Supercharger, and the new kit which is being released now is the 335 Supercharger. But remembering both of these kits are only sold and recommended with the Laminova charge cooler for reliable intake temperatures. I do not recommend you fit one of these kits unless you have that charge cooler fitted in the engine upgrade when this package is fitted to start with. And you'll find all about that on another video elsewhere on this channel. But for today, I'm Brett Middleton, here in Sydney, Australia. You can follow us on Facebook, YouTube and Twitter. Send us an email, make a comment on this video channel. Make sure you subscribe and have a look at the links down below this video, where we'll provide a link across to our Facebook page where you can have a look at the dyno graphs and more still models, still photos of the car. But for now, wherever you in the world, thanks for watching. Bye for now.